welcome back to this channel where we spread love and positive vibes. Thank you so much to the new subscribers and the returning subscribers and the keyboard reactors and those that like our videos. We appreciate so much and thank you so much. Today we are going to look at the great talents of the Jamaican people. There is this United States of America guy who visited Jamaica, and his name is Reggie. And when he visited Jamaica, he went to Montego Bay and decided to look for talents around the streets of Jamaica, and he could stop people randomly and tell them to sing. I could not imagine what I heard from the people that were picked. Jamaica has talent. The other day, I told you that Jamaicans are naturally talented. Any Jamaica around the streets of Jamaica can actually compose a song and sing. These three people that were actually stopped by Reggie and they were told to sing, they were not prepared. They didn't know that there'll be somebody to tell them to sing. They were just randomly picked. And their composition, actually they sang their own composition. Their compositions spoke volumes about the great talent of the people of Jamaica. I want to tell you, it's like music flows like a river in the minds of the Jamaican people. Because I cannot imagine somebody just caught on the streets and told to sing and sing their own composition and sing it so well. The three people that were picked by Reggie were Safia, a girl or a young woman called Safia. There was Tron, who was 14 years old, a schoolboy, and there was G Melody. And the compositions of all of them were epic. Let me start by talking about Safia. Safia sang her own composition and her voice was from another world. The composition was from another world. The melodies were great. And you could not imagine that this woman was just caught on the streets of Montego Bay and randomly told to sing. It actually shows the great talent of the people of Jamaica. Without preempting, let us first see the talent of this great, let me talk about great woman and men. Because there was Safia, there was Tron, the 14-year-old boy, and there was G Melody. And every one of them, like I said earlier, they sang their own composition. So let us first look at Safia, and then we'll go to the others later.
Lift my hands in total adoration unto you. You reign on the throne, for you are God and God alone. Because of you my cloudy days are gone. I can sing to you this song. I just want to say that I love you more than anything. I lift my hands in total adoration unto you. You reign on the throne, for you are God and God alone. Because of you my cloudy days are gone. I can sing to you this song. I just want to say that I love you more than anything.
I know you cannot believe that this is somebody who was actually caught on the streets of Jamaica and randomly told to sing. And I want to tell you, Jamaicans can show love to their own. People surrounded them, and remember that this guy was just walking around the streets of Montego Bay and standing and stopping someone and tell them to sing. And you could see that people crowded and cheered at those that were picked to sing. And people were commenting in the comment section, and I want to read some of the comments that were commented by the Jamaican people and how they appreciated the great talents of these young men that were actually caught randomly and told to sing. One of these person, he was called Shema. Shema says, all three of them, very unique people. The girl glowed as she sang. That is Safia. She was glowing as she was singing the song. And then he goes ahead and said, the 14-year-old boy, so honest and so wise. I loved him. And the third guy, I love his song and lovely energy with his girlfriend. Because G Melody was actually accompanied by the girlfriend. I don't want to talk about G Melody and Tron. I will talk about them later after actually seeing the video of Safia presenting her own composition to Reggie. And somebody says, I hope someone takes that young man to a studio. He is super talented. Welcome to Jamaica where music flows. Actually, this is somebody commenting and actually recommending the school boy of the great composition and how he presented his song. Somebody says, hopefully in a studio where he will be in a genuine hands, because after Didi, I barely trust anyone in the music industry. They are good people in the music industry, and I hope that this young man gets someone who can actually tap his talent and take him to the next level. There was also very many comments about these three, and I want to specifically look at the comment about the young Safia, or the young lady who started singing. And there were so many comments, and most of them were for the 14-year-old boy, and this one was talking about Safia. Safia is very sweet and has a sweet, lovely voice. Wonderful that she looks up to her brother, and he's so encouraging of his beautiful retro sister. Thanks for sharing. So that one is commenting about Safia, and they loved the presentation of Safia to Reggie. So guys, that was Safia, and you can see how talented Safia is in her presentation, in her melody, in her glowing of the face as she sings the song. Her voice is so sweet. That is how Jamaicans are talented. Let us go to the 14-year-old boy who came with a twin brother but sang alone. The composition of this young man was touching. The words were so touching, and it was like a prayer that he was praying, that in the midst of so many things that happen in life, God to protect him and keep him safe. The words were making one feel like shedding tears, because this is a prayer of a young man who has a lot of potential, and he seemed to be a very good boy and very positive. And his prayer was actually, the words of the song were very touching, and they could make one feel like shedding tears. You could actually see that Tron was a very talented boy, and many of the people in the comment section prayed that he gets someone to sponsor him to go to the studio and actually record his song. So I can read some of the comments about this young man, Tron, who is only 14 years old and could compose such a great song, and actually it's sort of a poet, and actually present it so well around the streets of Montego Bay. This one says, this one is called High Thoughts, and he says, tears almost came to my eyes listening to that schoolboy. Do you understand the depth of those lyrics? Well, he said it's his story right? So this boy, maybe he has gone through a rotten life and he felt like composing a song to express himself, to soothe himself, to actually talk to other people about the situations he has faced in life. And people came to the comment section and they were very moved by the song presented by Tron. Having been only 14 years old and he can be able to express his feelings through the song, it was so great. And this one says, this is Jewels. He says, that was deep. Got such a young boy, hope he gets a chance to record it. The other one says, I could not keep it dry. Listened to it multiple times. He is going places. The words were meaningful. And someone says, while he was performing it, I kind of was wondering, like, yeah, whose song is this? And in the end, when he said he wrote it himself at 14, the boy ain't a boy. That's a young man. So people were impressed by Tron and his presentation, his composition, his phrasing of the words in the song, and his selection of the words in the song. Because we know that music communicates, music can soothe, music can liberate, music can bring about happiness. And therefore, the song of this young person touched a lot of people and they were happy of his composition and prayed for him that he gets someone who can assist him to actually record the song. So let us have listen to the composition of Tron and then we'll come back.
Shout out to Manny, shout out to Denzel, Trav. Alright then, yo Tatados. Alright, rather stay to myself for mates June. Fake friends up better than Tom Cruise. My mates gone through space and my task get erased. Can't chill with the damn moon. Me feel like me not safe again. Me feel like say me not give a chance to them. Cause my brain say fi do it but me heart different. If me give them me trust and them break it then. Me heart gone 12 feet can't dig it out. Me have friends can't come from me mouth. Just no one just got down me from alone. So me change the circle make a better zone. If you slip you slide and move up you know. Now give second chances like before. Yeah me a try fi heal but me ain't no cure. Get out of there from the start, I'm real for sure. Rather stay to myself and miss tune. Fake friends up better than Tom Cruise. My mates gone through space and my task get erased. Cause it gone chill with the damn moon. Me feel like me not safe again. Me feel like so me no give a chance to them. Cause my brain say fi do it but me heart different. If me give them me trust and them break it them. That will a cool so me can't trust nobody. When a friend want see me in a cemetery, them break the trust when me give them many things. Me heart lungs cut up, dog, me everything. I real life in everything when me sing. Father God help me cause you are the king. Plant my feet firm, Lord, and spread my wings. You are my light, my strength, Lord, me everything. Rather stay to myself and midstream. Fake friends act better than Tom Cruise. My mates gone through space and my task get erased. Cause it gone chill with the damn moon. Me feel like me not safe again. Me feel like so me not give a chance to them. Cause my brain say fi do it but me heart different. If me give them me trust and them break it then. You know Trev done and prefigure chop line. Me trust dog and rat over mankind. My sound insane, don't ask why. Oh, the world is cool, so me ask Christ. Me wish that me coulda press rewind and go back in a life and erase them time, yeah. Cause me mess back life, them so-called friend, yeah, I just bad mind and me know that none of them word never real. Them I try get close, you try destroy my dream. But me and man in a walk on the street with a polo set and a slippers me beat. I me not care, call my phone, I me not care. If you never want call my phone. Cause I'm me a meds life in a dark alone. In a place so me call the darkest zone. I me not keep friend, cause me not need them. Me want reach 3 mil and 3 bends. Me do it for me sis brother and my parents. From me alive, which boy can drape them? Bad mind for no, so me not rate them. 10k and I know for me start spend. By 16 me start drive markets. 1 mil minimum right for my last check. Rather stay to myself and mates soon. Fake friends act better than Tom Cruise. My mates gone through space and my task get erased. Cause he gone chill with the damn moon. Me feel like me no safe again. Me feel like so me no figure a chance to them. Cause my brain say fi do it but me heart different. If me give them me trust and them break it then.
Alright guys, you have listened to Tron and his sorrowful song. It was actually a touching song that touched very many people, and people expressed their emotions on the song composed by this 14-year-old boy that has gone through a lot and has expressed his feelings through a song. And maybe I can add to the comments of the people before we go to G Melody. Somebody says, tears full my eyes listening to that schoolboy. The other one, the words said so much. He said it's his experiences. So this boy being 14 years old, oh my God, it's like he has experienced a lot and he decided to express his feelings and his emotions through the song. Nice to know that's how he deals with the pain. So he was expressing his pain through the song. Man sounds like a big man. No boys up to go through all that so young. So we really appreciate the composition of this boy, and we pray together with the people on this comment section that this young man gets someone who will assist him to actually record the song, and so that he can move to the next level and actually his tears to be replaced with joy and smiles after seeing the work of his hands. I really appreciated the kind of talent that Tron has. I really appreciate. I hope that there is someone who actually found this great talent and is ready to help this boy. I don't know how we can actually contact the boy, but I was so impressed by his composition and his expression through the song. And finally, guys, let us go to G Melody. G Melody had composed a love song, and I was so amused by the girlfriend who actually encouraged him and supported him throughout the presentation in front of Regis. And I want to say that these three people were greatly talented. G Melody had a wonderful voice, a wonderful composition, and he was so confident when he was presenting the song. The girlfriend also was funny, and he really encouraged him to actually present the song. Those are the kind of people that one wants to relate with. Somebody who will support you in your talent, somebody who wants to support you in everything you do.
Don't you think like that? I will love you endlessly. If you love me, believe in me. You're just a one-of-a-kind girl. I'm dying just to make you see, yeah. Girl, to all you a wine, me know so you can touch. Me want you, come sit down on it till he broke. She have a man. Oh my gosh, him just run out of luck. She stop to smile when she see it, said the size up. She see the lifestyle, I never asked if man a crook. Off my style, them gal I get hooked. She said, baby boy, you the best. G-O-A-T, greatest of all times. You're the only one I see, even though she know me have a bag of gal that start me. Baby girl, you the best. G-O-A-T, you're the only one I see. But girl, are you that? I must you name Stark Ashley. She see the style, she love the pattern. All about the greens ever clean. My clocks on feet with the mozzarella cheese. No jokes, you know when I'm on preach. She said from the first time she see me, she know say me the dog hit her. She take my scissors and cut up the boots, yeah. To hold you something long, she have to ask me, I go with that. She ball out, say she can't go manage that. Two, you did a go on bad. Me da fi give you a couple slap. Inna your belly all night like food. Get you wet like if you show the pool. Baby girl, you me love when you deal with it. Full of drip and jewel. Yes, me bad, me know say me rude. Looking at me eyes, we see no lies. No fall in a love, in a that me rise. Modern day Bonnie and Clyde. But me love them can't put no price. She says she a go stick by me side until the end of time. Baby girl, you the best. G-O-A-T, greatest of all times. You're the only one I see, even though she know me have a bag of girl that stalk me. Baby girl, you the best. G-O-A-T, you're the only one I see. Bad girl, I'm you that I must soon name start a sleep. Yeah.
So we really congratulate these three singers, and they show us Jamaica has got great talent. From north of Jamaica to south, from east of Jamaica to the west, we have seen great things being done by the Jamaican people, and not only in music. Jamaica has great talent. The other day we saw Jamaica actually making a jiko. Do I call it a jiko? It is actually a what? A cooker. Man-made cooker or burner that should be used to cook. And I also saw somebody else who was actually had prepared a machine that can fetch water from downstream to upstream and do irrigation. Jamaicans are talented. And it was sad. I came across a video, though I didn't want to share that video, but let me mention it here at this juncture. There was this video that was showing some Jamaican people suffering under the hands of Mexican people. They had gone to the Mexican, I think, immigration, and one of the lady, I will put her here on the clip so that you can listen to her, was talking about how they were being mistreated and talked to badly, and finally, how her passport and her her phone were taken by the immigration officers, and she was told to go back to Jamaica, and they could not even give her a chance to call the daughter and tell her she was going back to Jamaica. I felt some tears. There was one of the gentlemen who was actually crying because of the frustrations and the shame they were exposed to by the immigration people in Mexico. And I wondered, Jamaica is a great country with great potential, with great talent, with great income in agriculture, in minerals, in tourism, in so many areas. And I would imagine the Jamaican people, the ones that actually were going to Mexico, because it is said they had no legal documents. I hope there can be an arrangement by the government of Jamaica to support people and their talents, to support people in their agricultural endeavors, to support people in their small way of uplifting themselves, so that they don't find themselves in such a situation where they are actually being mistreated and are treated badly and mishandled by some immigration officers. So kindly watch this clip of these two people. One was crying, the other woman was expressing her frustration in the immigration in Mexico. Then I'll come back to you.
Spend some time there, which is a country I've visited many times, and then just go wherever the wind takes me, So I just booked the ticket to Panama. They said, no, this is not valid because you're not going straight home. You need to have a ticket returning you to your home. I'm like, but why do I need that? Once I'm out of your country, you're no longer responsible for me. Anyway, I said, all right, my daughter, they need a ticket back to Jamaica. Please send me a ticket back to Jamaica. She canceled the Panama ticket and booked me a ticket straight home, back on Arajet, going through the Dominican Republic. The lady looks at it and says, okay, so we see the ticket, but the ticket isn't paid for. It needs to be paid for. I'm like, but it is paid for on a credit card. So they're saying the payment hasn't gone through yet, but your reservation is complete. Don't worry about it. We got you. No, 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 the ticket has to be paid for. So he goes around to the back after having gone around there 3 times and comes back with a lady who takes my phone, takes my passport, and says, follow me. So I go back with her to her room, and when I go around there were so many people in the room. There were people from all over the country. I didn't bother to get where they were from, but I knew there were people from Colombia, there was a lady from Panama, and various other people, and about 30 Jamaicans. So I'm sitting there. Now I noticed that all of the people in the room have a clipboard with a paper and they're filling out. They did not give me any. Nobody said anything to me. I did not know what was happening. So I asked them, can somebody please just let me know what is happening here? Sit down. So I have a seat. I'm sitting there from 8:30 in the morning. By about 2 o'clock, no one has still attended to me. So I go to them and I said, listen, would somebody just please give me the courtesy of letting me know what is going on here? I don't know what's going on. Oh, ma'am, you're waiting for a second interview. If you want me to take you off of it, that's fine. Ooh, okay. So I said, okay, no problem, ma'am. And I go to sit down. Now, while I was there were some people who needed help, and it kind of, because I have lived for so long in Mexico and in so many other Spanish-speaking countries, it's automatic for me when I hear them speaking in Spanish to just respond likewise. So people are asking me to help them with translation and stuff, so I was doing that, being my busybody self. And you know, I sat there, waited, I did my interview, and somebody says to me, yeah, you're gonna be okay, we're gonna let you in. Now there was another lady sitting in the corner, going, you know, doing some internet research. I don't know what it is she found about me, but at this point I saw her show the phone to a lady, and they shook their head, and at this point they said to me, oh, you're not going home, you're going back to Jamaica. I said, why? There was no explanation. Now, let me pivot here and say that they had signs on their wall that says that if you're being taken into this room for immigration purposes, you have rights. You have a right to contact your embassy. You have a right for your airline, if you're being put in a place overnight, to put you up, and you have a right to be fed. And you're also supposed to get copies of whatever documentation, whatever process they're doing, whatever it is they decide to do with you. They're supposed to give you a documentation saying what it is and why it's happening. None of this happened. Okay, so I'm trying to ask this gentleman. Now, my Spanish sometimes, you know, when I'm getting into technical stuff, I cannot communicate. So I tried speaking to him in English. This man turns to me and says, Spanish, we speak Spanish here. This is Mexico. This is my country. Speak to me in Spanish. We don't speak English. I'm like, but I'm not Mexican. I'm a visitor. No, this is Mexico. Speak Spanish. So I just let it go, and I had my seat, and they decided to give me my 5-minute phone call. So they handed me my phone, and by this time I had been disconnected from the airport Wi-Fi. So I said to him, you've started my 5 minutes, but I'm not connected to the Wi-Fi to be able to connect with my daughter. Can you please give me a few minutes so I can connect? That is not my problem. Your 5 minutes has started and you end at 5 minutes. So I hurriedly had to tell my daughter, who had not heard from me all day. I mean, she knew when I landed, and this was like several hours later, at least 8 hours later. She's just now hearing from me, just to hear that I'm in detention. They've taken my passport, they're taking my phone, and they're sending me back home. And by the time I could get that out to her, they're like, okay, your 5 minutes are up, and they grabbed my phone out of my hand. All right, so they escort me and, some of the other people who were going back.
Guys, I hope you have seen the frustration with these people. And I want to say, Jamaica is a country that can actually stand on its own, support its own people, feed its own people, and actually the country to go to greater heights of prosperity and accountability, because Jamaica has all what it takes to actually support its own people, and they actually stay, especially those that do not have the right papers, stay in the island and feel comfortable and feed their children and be able to educate their children. I don't want to talk about our country because I know it's going through a lot, but I believe that Jamaica is more potentially evil than our country, Kenya. And that is why I'm talking like that. Because apart from agricultural produce, Jamaica has a very beautiful country that is loved by all. It has a lot of beaches. It has a lot of agricultural produce. It has a lot of innovations. It has a lot of what? Minerals. Jamaica can be able to actually feed its people, help its people to settle and live comfortable lives. I don't want to enter into that so much, but today we are featuring the talents, the great talents of the people of Jamaica. If tapped, Jamaica can be transformed completely to be the next Dubai in the Caribbean. I've said about that many times. And I believe it with all my heart, with all my soul. Because Jamaica is absolutely talented, blessed. Yeah. So guys, thank you once again for watching me. Bye-bye. See you during the next video. And God bless.